Hello everyone, I am NB Sigalli, HOD of Physics, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science. Today I am solving the problems which are frequently asked in the Bangalore University examination on the topic lasers here. So laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. So one of the problems that I will take up is from the previous examination. Just if I read out the problem here, calculate energy difference in electron volt between two levels of a gas laser, the transition between which results in emission of wavelength 634.8 nanometer. Also calculate the number of photons emitted per second if the output power is 1.2 milliwatt here. So here I would like to add some of the points here. Usually wavelengths are given in nanometer or angstrom unit here. That has to be converted into meters, because SI unit of length is what? Meter. Another one is here, power is given in milliwatt. You have to convert to what? Watt. These are the important things. One has to carry out the conversions here. Now the equation used for this one, first let us look at one. Energy difference in electron volt. Alright. So SI unit of energy is joule, but here it is asked what? In electron volt here. Now the expression for energy difference is E2 minus E1. So E1 is the energy of the atom in the lower energy level, right. So E2 is the energy of the atom in the higher energy level, right. So when an atom jumps from, basic principle of laser is only when an atom jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level, means if that transition is there, then the energy difference energy appears as electromagnetic radiation of frequency nu, and energy is what? H nu. Here H is the Planck's constant, right. So H is the Planck's constant here. So if we take the values here, so usually values of Hc are given, they are constants. Again value of H, you know that it is 6.625 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. C is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, that is velocity of light here. So those constants are usually given, right. Radiation is emitted when atom jumps from higher energy level to what? Lower energy level. Here E2 is higher energy level energy, E1 is that of the what? Lower energy, alright. So in this case here, so the difference energy appears as electromagnetic radiation. That means whenever the transition takes place between the higher energy level to the what? Lower energy level here, and nu is the frequency of the radiation emitted, then E2 minus E1 is equal to H nu. Again nu is equal to C by lambda, right, where C is the velocity of light. This value is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Again lambda is the wavelength here. So if you make the substitutions, for instance here 6.625 into 10 raised to minus 34, this is the value of H, Planck's constant, and C is the velocity of light in vacuum, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Again lambda is given, I told you 6.348 nano, this is given as here is what? Right, it is 6.34 nanometer. So its value would be equal to, if you take nano means what? 10 raised to minus 9. So this will be 10 raised to minus 9. So if you calculate here, the value is found to be 3.11 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. So here the value of the energy difference is in joules, because all the quantities substituted are in SI units of joules, SI unit of energy, and again, so that is why SI unit of energy is joule here. So Hc and lambda values are substituted in terms of SI unit of energy, okay, SI units here. Again in the examination it is asked what? Energy difference in electron volt, right, energy difference in electron volt. So here electron volt is the unit of energy. Since the energies are very small, they are expressed in terms of electron volt here. Again electron volt by definition is the energy gained by the electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt here. Again 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. So got energy difference in joule, alright, you have to convert into what? Electron volt here. Since 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So what value got energy difference in terms of joules? Divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 electron volt here. So, if you carry out the calculations, that value will get as what? 1.943 electron volt. So, this is the energy difference in electron volt. Right. So, next one is, there is also asked to calculate here, power is given. So, energy by time gives what? Power. Again, if n is the number of photons emitted per second, means here time is equal to what? 1 second. So, you can take power. So, P equal to E, that is equal to what? N into h nu. H nu is the energy of each photon, right? And if n is the number of photons emitted per second, then the power is given by is equal to n h nu here. So, you are asked to calculate number of photons emitted per second. So, if you rewrite the previous equation, here n is equal to E by h nu, right? N equal to E by h nu. But here the value of E is 1.2 into 10 raised to what? Minus 3 joules here. That is the value get here. So, this is the value, right? 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 3. This divided by here, right? 3.11 10 raised to minus 19. That value is found to be 3.85 into 10 raised to 16. Here is the number, no unit for it here. The next problem will take up. Take up the next problem from previous examination of Bangalore University on lasers here. The problem is like this: calculate the number of photons emitted per second by helium neon source, that is what laser source here, emitting light of wavelength 6300 angstrom unit with optical output power of 10 milliwatt. And as all of you know that, so output power, basically power is equal to energy by time, E by T, or E is equal to P into T. Here T is equal to 1, because here power output power you have taken, again the wavelength is given. So, you can take here T is equal to 1, because energy emitted per second. Alright, we are taking again E equal to n h nu, alright, where n is the number of photons emitted per second. So, we have taken T equal to 1, thus n is the number of photons emitted per second. As well, h is Planck's constant, nu is the frequency of radiation emitted, that is laser emitted. Again frequency equal to C by lambda, where C is the wavelength of light in vacuum, C is the wavelength of velocity of light in vacuum, lambda is the wavelength of the radiation emitted. So, again if you make the substitution, usually this P is given in milliwatt, but SI unit of power is watt, it has to be converted to watt here. So, milli means 10 raised to minus 3. So, in this case 10 milliwatt means 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 watt. This conversion has to be taken care. So, it is 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 and into 6.3 into 10 raised to minus 7. Observation, here the wavelength given is 6300 angstrom unit. So, 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So, meter is the SI unit of length, angstrom unit is one of the small unit here. So, one has to convert angstrom unit to meter. So, 6300 into 10 raised to minus 10, that will be in meters. Again if you 10 raised to minus 10, so if you take 6.3, so it will be value will be 10 raised to minus 7, 6.3 into 10 raised to minus 7. Again the values of Planck's constant 6.625 into 10 raised to minus 34, the velocity of light 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So, if you substitute all this in this equation, and the answer what you get is 3.16 into 10 raised to 16. This gives number of photons emitted per second, right, from the given helium neon laser. Okay, we will take up the next problem. Alright, the next problem is just I read out here, a laser beam with power pulse. Here particularly ruby laser is a pulse laser. The output is what? In the form of what? Pulses here. So, here pulse is 2.2 milliwatt. It exists or persists or lasts here for 10 nanosecond and contains 8 into 10 raised to photons, 10 raised to 7 photons per pulse here. Observe carefully here. This is a slightly different problem compared to the previous two problems here. So, here power pulse is given, means power of one pulse is given 2.2 milliwatt, at which exists or lasts here for 10 nanosecond. It is from the pulse laser here. So, it is again the contains what 8 into 10 raised to 7 photons per pulse here. Calculate the wavelength of laser light. Again power P is equal to energy by time. So, E by T. Energy of the laser per pulse, E is equal to cross multiplied, you will get E equal to P into T. I make the substitution. P is equal to 2.2 into 10 raised to minus 3. Again T is 10 into 10 raised to minus 10. So, we have to take here 10 raised to minus 9, not 10, minus 9 mainly because it is given in nanosecond. So, nano means 10 raised to minus. So, 10 nanoseconds means 10 into 10 raised to minus 9 seconds here. So, this calculation here gives 22 into 10 raised to minus 12 joules here. The next one is, if h nu is the energy of the photons emitted of one photon, and n is the number of photons emitted per second. I repeat here, if h nu is the energy of each photon and n is the number of photons emitted per second, then what you get is E equal to NH nu. Okay, very standard relation as you used in the previous problem here. Again nu is equal to C by lambda, therefore lambda is equal to NH nu. So, substitute values n. Usually H and C are constants because H is a Planck's constant, its value is 6.625 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Again C is velocity of light, its value is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Again substitute the values of E and all this here, the final value is found to be 7.2 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. That is the wavelength of the here laser emitted here, and again this is what in meters here, because all the quantities are substituted in terms of meters. But if one wants to convert into what nanometers, then multiplied by what 10 raised to. So, this can be taken as what 722 nanometers, or in terms of extra minute 7220. But I think even if you write up to in terms of meter here, it is accepted. Okay. The next problem is now we will take up the next different problem, which is frequently asked in the Bangalore examination here is that is on lasers here. The problem is like this: find the ratio of population of two energy levels out of which one corresponds to metastable state if the wavelength of the light emitted is 632 nanometer. Of course, it is at 300 Kelvin. Here metastable state means what? It is a state in which atoms can stay relatively for longer time. Here longer time means of course in milliseconds. Usually energy levels are unstable, that means atoms stay there for a short duration of the order of 10 raised to minus 8 second. But you got energy level where the atoms can stay for time interval of about 10 raised to minus 3 seconds, it is said to what? Metastable state. So, here radiation is emitted, or that is laser is emitted only when energy radiation jumps, the atoms jump from the higher energy level to what? Lower energy level. The difference in the energy levels here appears as radiation. That is what I want to tell. Again, now it is slightly different problem. I told you here temperature is given 300 Kelvin and wavelength is given as 632.8 nanometer. Again, that has to be converted into meters, and nanometer means 10 raised to minus 9. So, it is value will be wavelength value will be 632.8 into 10 raised to minus 8 minus 9 meter here. Now, ratio of population, here the word understand, here the word population means refers to number of atoms here. Why the word population is used? Mainly because millions of atoms are involved here. Again, one of the conditions for laser emission to take place that we must have a population inversion. That means number of atoms in the higher energy levels is more compared to that in the lower energy level here. Again, the relation between the wavelength of the radiation emitted or frequency of the radiation emitted and number of atoms in the lower energy level and higher energy level is given by Maxwell. That is what is called as Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, and that relation one has to remember here, and that relation is N2 is equal to N1 into e raised to minus h nu by kT. Here N2 is number of atoms in the higher energy level E2, N1 is number of atoms in the lower energy level N1. Of course, H n is a Planck's constant, here K is Boltzmann's constant, T is the temperature. Of course, one can rewrite here, so I will get here N2 by N1 is equal to e raised to h nu minus h nu by kT. But here ratio it is said, even one can take N1 by N2, but usually when the problem is asked to calculate ratio of population, that means you have to take the number of atoms in the higher energy level divided by number of atoms in the lower energy level here. That means you have to take N2 by N1, alright. So, this equal to e raised to h nu by kT. So, what I suggest that calculate separately instead of substituting directly in that relation. First calculate the numerator part of the right hand side equation, right hand part of the equation here. So, h nu is equal to h into c by lambda. So, keep in mind that we in the calculation we always take h nu, but the values wavelength is given. So, relation between frequency wavelength is nu is equal to c by lambda. So, this if you work it out and values are substituted here, again wavelength is in nanometers. So, this will be 10 raised to minus 9 here. And again the calculation of this one shows that this is 3.14 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules here. This is the value of h nu. Then the denominator quantity or term here is k into t. Here this k is the whatever is the Boltzmann's constant here. So, this k into t here, this will be equal to value of k is given, again t is temperature, the calculation of this is 4.14 into 10 raised to minus 21 joules here. So, again h nu by kT calculation, here this is the value of h nu, this is whatever is kT here, and this value using calculator all that is here. So, you will get here 75.8. This is the value of h nu by kT, but we want ratio of population, that is N2 by N1. Substitute back in this Boltzmann's distribution law equation, that is get N2 by N1 equal to e raised to minus 75.8, that value you get as what 1.203 into 10 raised to minus 3. Just I have touched upon the problems which are frequently asked in the examination, but again many times same problems are asked, values of lambda t are changed, alright. So, that is what one has to note it down. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching this video.